Hey guys, we are here for Amazing Las Vegas ComicCon 2014, and so we're midday through Saturday here, and we've had a good day and a half to get the feel of things. We're going to kind of be taking a spin around the floor. Amazing Las Vegas is all about the 3 C's: comics, the creators who create them, and the cosplay that kind of brings those creations to life on the showroom floor. So we're going to be spinning around the room. There's also a lot of cool things if we want to add a 4th C in terms of collectibles. We've noticed is a ton of vintage Star Wars, vintage He-Man, all that type of stuff too. So a lot of fun. So we're going to take a look around the room here. We're going to focus on those 3 C's and see what we can find. All right, so this show is all about comics, and it really makes, there's no illusions that it's about anything else. The theme of the weekend is the architects of pop culture for this show, and I would say that's really the theme of probably all of the amazing shows, is they're always about taking the people that are making those big movies, the characters that make those big movies, big TV shows, but coming to the actual creators that gave them life. And so one way we find that here is in all the comics, and I mean, there's really no show that we go to that just has more comic vendors, and so in these shows that are in, many cases as 2, 3, 4 times the size, the amount of comics does not supersede this by any means. Whether you're looking for vintage stuff, things that came out last week, trades, the graphic novels, originals, publishers, all across the board, tons and tons of comics. For bin divers, it is really heaven. For wall book connoisseurs and people like me that just like to kind of drool over looking at those wall books that are maybe too pricey for me, it is like the ultimate museum piece place too. So let's take a look at some of these places.
Graphic novels, so one of these items for each table.
Mine is just hold on it.
Why not? Hold on. Okay, guys. Which one?
All right, so we already talked about all the comics, and you saw those. I mean, it's just a ton of books here. But taking that next step then is the creators behind them. And so one of the things I've seen over the years is Amazing's always done a great job of having the headliners and having really good talent, a lot of indie authors and artists and things like that. But also each year it seems like they're doing even a better job of kind of getting that next tier. And I wouldn't even call them like they're B level. They're definitely A level people, but they're not Jim Lee or Stan Lee or names like that. But guys like George Perez, I mean, in my book, there's really no comic creator I would rather see at a con than George Perez. We've got working, Charles Soule, the hardest working guy in comics right in here. John Layman. You've got icons like Len Wein here, Rob Liefeld, and so just a real killer's row of like hardcore famous artists and writers. Then on top of that, we've got a lot of the indie guys here as well too, who maybe are going to be tomorrow's big time names. They're going to create that next movie that maybe 2020 we're going to see on the screen and stuff like that. So anyway, again, that kind of architects of pop culture, they are definitely here with definitely the biggest names in those. So let's take a look at some of the booths.
And again, I love you all for standing online, but anyone who wants to leave, your place is never lost. So,
Such a good idea.
I have family work at Disney. I hate lines, so believe me, that's why I tried to do this system here. All kidding aside, I appreciate your patience. All of you are obviously been staying online even as your numbers become lower and lower because somebody else is coming in. I try to be as fast as I can be.
Just as much OCD, so you can see wanted to bring two guys who meant a ton to me and share, the ideas and the comic books and the concepts that we experienced while we shared studio space together is fantastic. So first of all, I want to bring up my good friend and the longest tenured creator of Guardians of the Galaxy and creator of Shadowhawk and Image founder, Shadowline president, Jim Valentino. Let's give him a round of applause. After I spent time, while I was spending studio space, Jim and I shared a studio for 2 years. What that means is we were together a lot. Every day, back to back, drawing boards, and I'll tell you later all the things and the ways Jim shaped and influenced me in the best possible way. You're now going to be like my family who goes, "But Dad, why does Jim Valentino mean so much to you?" And then I bored them with these stories and they're like, "That's too long, Dad." But then after I left Jim, I went and just had a solo studio, and there was a 16-year-old kid that I had met at a comic convention, much the way you're meeting people here. And I saw a lot of promise in this kid, and I asked him if he would like to be my assistant a couple days a week, and that's turned into a 20-plus year career for him in comics. And I'd like to welcome up the artist of Brigade and Deadpool Corps, Morant Michaels. Come on up. Thank you, Morant.
That's what didn't make sense.
Yeah.
So I kept I would get this. If you're interested, the original for this is in there.
And I'll be quick on this. I mean, that's what we're going for.
Today, maybe I would work on how to draw the female figure, and really kind of walk through that. And then I'll probably do a couple sketches of like Harley Quinn and maybe Supergirl, whatever. So also, while I'm drawing, I'm kind of drawing talk, so maybe I'll start taking some questions from the audience. But I thought, first of all, if any of you guys don't know who I am, I'm Jim Lee. I co-publisher, of DC Comics, and I also draw Superman Unchained.
All right, so then going from the comics to the creators that make those comics to then kind of bringing those comics to life outside the pages of the books or outside the movies is those characters that make any convention have that extra flavor, the cosplayers. And so cosplay is a big thing here. Obviously, we talked about that kind of in our prep videos, and just, I mean, they even have designated parking for the cosplayers and a separate entrance to make it easier for them to get in with the casino access and everything to get onto the floor, get all their equipment checked in, everything like that. So it's really awesome to see how they take care of their cosplayers and really welcome them as kind of VIP performers really at the show. So big cosplay contest tonight and lots of cosplay on the floor. So let's go take a look around.
Yeah, he's just looking like, oh wow, it's like right there. Ready, Richard? Smile. Or Loki, right? Yes.
Get it? I didn't see a flash.
I got it.
So we're part of Crab Cat Industries. We're over there in 307. I keep messing this up every time that I post this on social media. Yeah. We're also on a show called Heroes of Cosplay, but that's the thing. Strike your frontal pose and sass off stage with my dash. Okay, just nod if you made it. All right. It's got a lot brighter in here. It did. It really did. It's radiant. Hi there. Tell us your name and what you're cosplaying.
My name is Kelsey and I'm cosplaying Starfire from Team Tigers.
Oh my gosh, you look amazing. Now, that's a wig, right? How is it staying on your head?
Bobby pins.
Wow, your head must be like, ow. Yeah, those hairs. Sorry, Batman, you're doing it all by yourself this time. All right. Well, good job, guys. Do you want us to tell a little bit about your group? Okay.
We're heroes for real of Las Vegas. We do parties and charity events. And this is my team and my family. I'm Spider-Man, I am Cyclops, and of course Supergirl, Batgirl, and Robin.
Oh, awesome job, guys. So great. Sweet. That's awesome. Hi there. I don't know if I'm talking to anyone. Oh my gosh. I know, it's horrible. I love your hair. Oh my gosh. All right. Tell us your name and who you're cosplaying.
I'm Sailor Moon Bunny and the name of Hugh Hefner, Punish You.
That's amazing. That's adorable. That's awesome. So what made you decide to take this take on Sailor Moon?
Well, I love Sailor Moon ever since I was a small child.
These guys are troopers. They've been in costume all day. All right. Yeah. All day, guys. All day. Okay. Tell us a little bit about your costumes and what went into making them. Awesome dog. I can't handle it. I can't even. This is
Can you send that to me?
Yeah, sure.
Oh, you see that thing? It's just like people. They're wearing stuff.
Go Team Titans! Woo! All right, AJ Addison. I know this guy. Where is he?
Hey guys, we are now going to go ahead and wrap up Amazing Las Vegas ComicCon 2014. It has been an awesome time, really fun and tiring event. I think when we were putting together the hours, we spent about 28 hours over the 2.5 days of the con just covering the show itself and the after-hour things that would be going on and stuff like that. So it really immersed us in everything that was going on with it. Last year we had a great time with it, but we found ourselves having, more time in the evening to hit other casinos and stuff like that. This year it was just like all in. And I don't know if that's the way we approached it or just that there was so much more in terms of, the cosplay element and the shows going on and stuff like that. But it was just a ton of fun, had a great time, really enjoyed it. As busy as June has been with a bunch of great cons, it's been really kind of a highlight of June for us, and we've had a really good June. So anyway, ton of fun. So to hit on a couple things, our Under the Con is always meant to kind of go underneath the hood of the convention. So if this is your first time watching, we kind of wrap it up here and just kind of look at some of the things we picked up to kind of give a framework for what happened at the show. So for us, it was really the weekend of George Perez, and if you're following us on social media, that was a big thing for us. There's just about nothing in the world of Marvel and DC that George Perez hasn't touched in a major way, and he is one of the coolest people to talk to and just creators around. And so we definitely loved getting him to sign our Infinity Gauntlet and a couple other books, and then we were able to score 2 sketches from him with Thanos with the Gauntlet, and then Deathstroke, one of his creations from Teen Titan. And so he had a really awesome setup there where he was just, he's always crushing through those commissions. They were $40 only, which is just amazing for an all-star like him, a legend like him, to only be charging $40. They're about 5-minute sketches. But on top of that, he's, telling stories and entertaining the line, and he is really the coolest guy out there in terms of the world of comic creators and really just the world of conventions, anybody we see at these shows. So that was awesome. In addition to him, there were some other big-time creators there that we wanted to see and had some good time with. And so we went by and saw Steve Epting, got some books signed from him. Got obviously a Captain America print here, and then Charles Soule, who's writing every other Marvel and DC book around, and he's got Letter 44, which is just picked up for a TV series, so we got some things signed there. And so kind of the proximity to creators is a big thing we knew coming in, and that's something that you really know if you're going to go to an amazing Comic-Con. And that's one of the things that we've seen from going to, I think like 4 of the Arizona shows and 2 of the Vegas shows now. They're always the same type of show in that they're all about the creators first, and then from the creators that, those elements of how it kind of, again, the architects of pop culture and how it bleeds into that, and then the cosplay that kind of comes out into the floor. So another big part of though the amazing shows is they really do a good job of kind of nurturing the local talent. And so there was a lot of like kind of unique items that we picked up. And so in the world of toys there, we had some custom Lego figures here that we picked up. They were just $5 a piece from one of the local toy vendors there. They just did some customizing of those and a bunch of one-offs, and there was a lot of unique kind of one-off toys and things like that available there, which is cool. Some really unique jewelry, purses, headbands that Carmel ran across, and again, all of them really good prices. $10 on the ring, $25 on the purse. And if you look at this thing is made out of all sorts of comics. It's got a kind of a Nightwing, Damian, Robin type of a theme going on, sidekicks of Batman, really awesome. And then these headbands here, obviously got the TARDIS and R2-D2, so just a cool, it's like, those are the types of things where it's like, those were all items we have not seen of the 50-some conventions we've been to in the last 18 months. These were all unique items that we saw there. May have seen things like them at other shows, but these were definitely unique. It wasn't just styling online in the center of the convention with the same shirts they're selling everywhere, which is awesome too, and we love to buy shirts from them, do things, but it's neat to always see those things that are just unique, and it was only because we went to this show that we were able to find them. In terms of the toy scene, to kind of segue from that, a lot of vintage toys. We only picked up one. We were really very comic centric this weekend, and so even though like Rogue Toys was there, they had Jordan Hembrow, and definitely there was a big focus on vintage toys. Several dealers there had a lot of vintage Star Wars, Masters of the Universe, stuff like that. We didn't pick up much. We got him for $10, and that was about it, all we did in toys, because we were just kind of more in a comic mindset. Although, that being said, in terms of new toys, we're also kind of in that Guardians of the Galaxy fever that everybody is right now, anticipating the movie coming out in August. And so the Marvel Legends figures were pretty high priced, the couple of vendors that had them there and stuff, and so we just stuck with some of these pops at $12 a piece, which is about $2 too much on each of them too. But again, feeding into the frenzy and being victim of the time of the year, just wanted to pick up a couple of those and some fun toys there. In terms of the comic scene, picked up a bunch of trades, all of them between $5, and the most we spent was we went to the Valiant booth and picked up a Quantum and Woody for $10. But for the most part, $5 trades, $5 essentials, really good deals across the floor on picking up trades. I mean, we could have gone just totally crazy on those, and the same with comics. I mean, just a lot of X-Men and some Green Lanterns, nothing super rare here, but just a bunch of $1.50 books and things like that. Tons and tons and tons of comic vendors there that you could just spend all day going through bins. We filled in a bunch of the holes from some books we're behind on, like Red Lanterns, Animal Man, Talon, Wonder Woman, things like that, A+X. And just, those again were $1, $2 books, and just whether you're looking for the oldest of the comics, the newest of the comics, they were all there. And to go to the older ones, we picked up 2 wall books and waited for our last hour of Sunday like we always do to kind of try and pick up the pricier items. We were able to get actually both of these. Justice League First JSA crossover and the Amazing Adventures where Beast goes from gray to blue. And sticker price $65 and $20. We got them both for about $20 combined. So closing out the con. On a good note there. So anyway, again, the creators, the cosplay, the comics, it was all there, and it was all a ton of fun, and it's just, the show keeps evolving, and I think as they're adding, the Houston, especially Hawaii, coming on board with Amazing in 2015, it's just allowing them to get more creators. you know, every creator we talked to, every creator in passing, I mean, at one point, John Layman was walking by and he's talking, he's like, I'm having the best show ever. And this was like already late, this was just Friday night. And it was just kind of funny because like the show had just started. But, you know, there's a lot of times these kind of week opening nights or preview nights and stuff. And he was already off to a great start. And as we were going by, constantly busy. It's Sunday with an hour to go to the show. And Chad Harden had a line still of about 5, 6, 7 people just kind of swamped around him there. And you know, there's a lot of shows by that time of on a Sunday, a lot of the creators are kind of just sitting there about done, and they were going. George Perez was sketching and signing books every minute of the show nonstop, including the hour before the show and the VIP time. So just busy, busy, busy. And you know, the big Sunday Kid Day was well received again. Lots of kids, tons of cosplay all the way to the end. And so the show just really never you know, really waned. It just kind of kept the intensity high and kept the fun high the whole way through. Great panels and everything. So definitely looking to our next amazing show for us. It'll actually be next June when we come back to South Point, because we won't be probably heading out to Houston most likely. It's a little bit out of our range. And this year, or I'm sorry, for next year, 2015, Arizona, actually they've pushed it back to February. It used to be the first con of the year in January, but they're pushing it back a little bit. Now it's in February. It's the same weekend as Gallifrey, and we've already got that all situated. So we'll be in LA that weekend, so we'll miss that. So unfortunately, our next amazing will be a whole year from now in 2015, June at South Point again, but we can't wait for it. Definitely in our con rankings, Amazing Las Vegas moved up another couple slots in terms of just our enjoyment of the show and how much we like it and how much we look forward to it, and definitely how much we recommend it. So definitely check it out if you can, or and if you're not in the Vegas area, check out the Houston show, the Arizona, the Phoenix show, or definitely in 2015. I think a lot of us are excited to think about that Hawaii show. So until next time, we'll see you in line somewhere.